Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm very sorry I didn't share anything last Sunday, but I couldn't cope with it because my life is messy. It's a good mess, guys. It's a good mess. It's very exciting as well. You're gonna know everything about it these days. But I'm back in London, and because I came back from Spain, I do have to do 2 weeks of quarantine. So I was like, okay, which video I'm gonna record. So when I was packing, I did struggle because I came back to London leaving a lot of things behind, my studio gear, lighting, so much stuff I can't live without, and I had to leave it on a side. I had to leave it in Spain. So I will rent the studios in London. You will see probably in videos as well. It's very exciting. But I was thinking, okay, I'm packing my camera bag, I'm packing these accessories, and I really know now what I really need and I didn't want to leave behind. So that gives me the idea for this video, and I will show you now the 7 accessories I really love. Every photographer is different, so I'm gonna tell you my favorite ones. So the first accessory I'm gonna show you guys is the remote control for the camera. I use this a lot. I don't know if you can see it focus. There you go. This one goes in the camera, and this one you have it in your hand and you half press to focus and then you proper press to shoot the camera. This is a must for self-portrait photography. I use it all the time for self-portrait photography in a studio. There is a video about it as well on my channel if you want to check it out. And then for landscape photography. For landscape photography, if you do long exposures, you cannot touch the camera because otherwise the picture is going to be blurry and moved. So this is a must for landscape photographers, and if you practice self-portrait photography, it's going to be very useful as well. And for YouTube thumbnails, why not? Because I do my YouTube thumbnails as well. They are self-portraits and I do them with this, and sometimes with the camera connect, with the Canon camera connect as well. But I use the remote control a lot and it's very cheap. And then what I'm gonna talk about next, my camera strap. I took a lot of time to do my own research because I go around with the camera a lot and I like to have it on my neck, but not in front like a tourist. I like to have it on a side and long enough. So maybe you saw it already. Everyone talk about it, but it's for a reason, guys. I can tell you, for me, it's the best I try and I love. It's the Peak Design one. It's this one. It's just super good looking. I love it, like it's black and then it has the stitches in red. And it has this easy release. I'll show you. There you go. You do like this. And it's super easy to disattach the camera strap, which I really need because I don't want the strap all the time on me. And this is on again. This is super easy. And then this is what I was talking about. I like to have it on a side with me, like a little gun. And then it's so easy to just shoot with it. I really like to have it in front because when I have it in front, it was too short, all the straps, and I couldn't put it like this. I didn't like it. And this release is quite easy. You do like that, and it goes super long. So for me, this is the best way to have it. And it brings, I didn't bring you because I forgot, even though I don't use it a lot, but you have like an adapter to put it here. So then this part is not here. It would be attached here in the bottom of the camera. So it's even easier when you do like this because you don't have the strap on the way. But to be honest, it doesn't bother me to have it here. So for me, it's perfect. I really love this strap. And then as well, hand by hand with the remote control, it goes. Please, if you love photography and you're gonna get into it, buy a tripod. I mentioned it once as well in one of my videos. Buy a bloody tripod because it's super useful for landscape photography, but for product photography, for portrait photography sometimes as well. And if you do self-portrait photography, for sure you need a tripod. I had to bring 2, this one and the tiny one I'm recording with the YouTube video right now. This one is a must for all photographers of any kind. So there is many cheap ones, to be honest. This one is a bit more pricey, even though it was like 100 quid, something like that. But the travel tripod I'm using for recording this video, it was like 50 quid or 60 quid from Manfrotto, a very good brand, my favorite brand, to be honest, for these kind of things. And it's quite cheap, guys, so I don't think there is an excuse to don't buy it. And if you travel and you do landscape photography or you are experimented with self-portrait photography, a tripod is a must, and it's not that pricey. And then I'm gonna talk about something. I was finding solutions because I left all my studio gear behind, and I was very upset because I do a lot of photography in studio. So what I'm gonna do now in London is renting out the studios. There is amazing places and it's not that expensive per hour. But I was like, okay, I don't have lighting to record my YouTube videos if I struggle in some locations. Or I don't have like a color gel on my face if I want the backlit of the hairline, basically, the hair light they call it. It's like I don't have anything to record my videos or to take pictures. Plus, the 5D Mark IV doesn't have a flash. And I left my flashes and my speed light back in Spain because I had to sacrifice equipment and I couldn't bring anything with me. So I brought this light. It's a video light. And you can change the intensity. Here you're not gonna see it because it's quite light in the room, but you can change the intensity of the light and you can change the temperature, which is really, really good for video, or acting as a flash for the 5D Mark IV because I don't have a flash. It really saved me a few times already. And then if you keep pressing here, it changes the color. So you have all the RGB lights, you're gonna see it on my face. So it already changed the mood of the video, but also for photography it's very good. I'll show you some examples now. And then if you go around in the wheel, you see the change of colors on my face. I look like a Hulk. But you know what I mean, it's gonna save me a few times in portrait photography, this little light, and for video. The battery, it lasts like 3 hours, something like that, I think, more or less. You have the specifications in the link below. I think it was 3 hours, which is more than enough for YouTube videos and some portraits as well. Mainly I'm gonna shoot with studio lights, but sometimes if I wanna use gels, I can use this, which is very good. It was quite cheap as well, so to be honest, I was like, why not? It fits in the suitcase. And then I'm gonna tell you about something you really have to buy. It's an SD card or compact flash. Well, I spent a lot of money in 2 SD cards from Lexar. They are very good, I don't complain about the brand, but when I started to record 4K video, this little one couldn't cope with it. So the recording was stopping, I was even worried, it's like, oh, my camera is not working, what's going on? So I checked in so many forums in internet and in Canon, and they say it's way better a compact flash to record 4K because 4K requires a lot of speed to record. So I had to sell a kidney to make money to buy this one. The SanDisk, I mean, it's my favorite brand, it's very expensive, but it's worth it, I'm not gonna lie. This one is 256 gigabytes and is 160 megabytes per second of recording speed. And it's super good. I don't have the problem anymore. I can record 4K and the multi-shooting in high speed in the camera is super good with this one. So when I'm doing a photo shoot, I don't mind to use the Lexar, but when I'm recording 4K or I want to shoot sports photography, I use the compact flash. I didn't know this till a month ago or so. I had to buy this one because I was traveling to Spain, as I told you a few weeks back. And I had to buy this one because I couldn't record 4K in my camera. And then the last bit, the very last bit, is hard drives. I brought one hard drive and I brought this one, which changed my life. This one is super tiny. Let's see if it's focused. Yeah, now it's focused. It's super tiny, it's waterproof, dustproof, apparently. And it's very good for shocks as well, if you drop it to the floor. But it's so tiny, it's like a keyring, and this one is 1 terabyte. So for me it's super good because it's tiny, I need to save space on my suitcase, and it works really well. And then I brought a hard drive which is bigger and it makes a lot of noise when I plug it in the laptop, which is very annoying, but it has more space. Normally they have more space hard drives than this one, SSD memory I think it's called, or SSD drive. And the last bit would be a neutral density filter. This one, I don't know if you recognize it, is from Peter McKinnon. Well, it's from Polar Pro, but the Peter McKinnon edition. And I was browsing in internet so long to see reviews because so many people were sponsored by Polar Pro and I wasn't trusting too much. But to be honest, I browsed way too much, checked so many reviews, and this one was the best quality because it's very subtle. So when you shoot through this neutral density filter, it's quite light, like it doesn't feel like it's changing the colors of the picture, and it's not putting it too dark or too heavy gradients. It's super good. This one is the 2 to 5 stops and I'm very happy with it. In Spain I couldn't have recorded YouTube videos if I wouldn't have this one because it's so sunny out there. You saw some videos in Spain already, and I used this one and it was very good. And now if I have photo shoots in hard light, I'm gonna put this one as well because it works amazingly. So these accessories are the ones I thought to myself when I was doing the suitcase, the camera bag. I was like, okay, which accessories I had to take with me because I cannot take everything with me. And these 7 things, they were a must for me and they work really well for me. Every photographer is different, they're gonna tell you something else. That's why there is so many videos like this in YouTube and it's amazing. I even see myself these kind of videos from other photographers because I take ideas as well. So this is great, guys. And the last bit of advice, this is free sometimes because it comes with a lot of stuff. If you see this, the silica gel that comes in so many products and stuff for the dump, basically, don't throw it away. Put it in your camera bag, just randomly, in pockets, because this thing can save your lenses. What I do with my lenses, when I use them a lot, and I take care a lot of my gear, I resell them, well, let's say I trade them in photography shops for other lenses I want to buy. And this has been working for me really well because they check properly the lenses and they are always perfect, my lenses. I take care of my gear like my baby, but they told me it's like it's so good how you have the lenses because normally the first problem with lenses is like they take fungus because of the damp when you go, I don't know, to do landscape photography or things like that, or you travel to very humid countries. When you have these little ones everywhere in your backpack, it kind of absorbs all the humidity, and my lenses, likely, have been always perfect when I trade them. So it looks like a stupid thing, but do it, guys, because it's for free. I'm sure you have many around the house or you throw them away, so don't throw them away, tuck them in the camera bag. And yeah, I think that's it for today's video, guys, because I'm doing the quarantine for 2 weeks in London. I came back and I'm gonna do a lot of BTS videos, which I love. I came back to Spain, as most of you know, but the situation there is very, very bad. So what I had to do is come back to London because I know I have clients here, even though I lost many because everyone is paralyzed with this situation we are going through. So I had to do now new clients, but to be honest, I'm sending emails, things are working on, but I'm in quarantine, so I cannot do photo shoots right now till the 24th. I'm coming out. So I'm very happy because I'm gonna be able to bring you photo shoots in the studio, outdoors, in super cool London locations, which I love. I'm very excited to be back in the city. And yeah, you will know everything about it in my videos, guys, and I hope you follow along and you subscribe to my channel because it helps a lot. And I will see you soon, guys.